for this, I'm at the beach up all.
Is my sound check on? I'm back in the studio and I'm not sure everything works like I left it. You know, when you leave and then your wife moves shit around, not sure everything's working, but it shows that my audio is okay, shows that my visual is okay. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back in the studio. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Some FA Cup magic in the works, people. Uh the holders, the current holders of the FA Cup are out at the first try. That is crazy. What was it? Macclesfield, like National League North or South, non-league team, punched up the this. There's this cliche in sports, yeah. You know, a team wins the trophy and they're supposed to kick on. You know, trophy winning breeds winning, and a trophy, yeah. Palace won that FA Cup. The current holders went out at the first try, third round, and that is crazy. Remember Newcastle? They won the EFL Cup and were supposed to kick on and do something. They might be out today. They got Bournemouth. A couple of Premier League teams are going home in the first round. So Crystal Palace was your first casualty. Spurs play Villa today, so there will be another casualty. By the virtue of scheduling, a couple of men are going home today. Arsenal Football Club, you better not. You have a history of, oh, that was a shit result for the weekend. Let me upset that. Hold my beer. Let me see what you got for us. Big up to Mateo, the real bad man in the building. Monster. Saying the BBK mixtape. Yeah, man. Gotta hit us with a little bit of music. It's good to be back though. I'm back home. And between leaving Atlanta and flying to Seattle, I think I picked up something. Picked up the flu, the cold, all congestion, and I'm feeling all kind of way. A little bit stuffy, but I should be okay. I got some medicine in the cup, and we'll see if we make it through the day. Obsessed galore already. Let's hope our clubs don't add to it. Brother, Portsmouth. Now, I put it in the thumbnail for a reason. I look at the Manchester City team, man. I looked at that Man City team today, and I was like, bro, seriously, you talk about going strong. These men are at home, Exeter, and they went full-blown strong. And they're already up 1-0. Holland starting. So if you're a Man City fan, at no point down the line during the season can you call for Erling Haaland to get rest, rotated, or blame Pep for it, or say that he is tired without calling Pep's name. Exeter at the Etihad. What are Exeter? A League Two side. And he is playing Haaland. The hell with a training session, right? You know they talk about you need a training session to play with a team. How many training sessions has Semenyo realistically had? Seriously. How many training sessions do we think Semenyo had for Man City? He starts today. Cherky starts. Reinders. Rodri. I can understand that when he's trying to get some minutes, yeah? But Rico Lewis Kushmanov. So no one can ever. Now, Erling Haaland is going through a spell. 2 or 3 games without scoring is bad for him. But maybe Pep is trying to play him back into form because he has a Manchester derby coming up next week. But you can't be playing your big guns at home versus Exa and then cry about load management later on down the season. Big up to Suge. Praying for you, Suge. Big up to you, man. Keep us updated on your trip and be safe. God bless. Hit likes and subscribe, says Suge. Big up to Suge, man. But I couldn't believe that lineup when I saw it. I was like, God damn, Pep is not fucking around. Welcome back. Yeah, man, it's good to be home. Real good to be home in the sleep in my own bed. And good morning to you too, my G. Well, you're not Brighton. So yeah, another Premier League team going home tomorrow. Now Spurs are going home tomorrow. Excuse me, people. Sorry for that. Now, I seen a thread where people are saying that Brennan Johnson brought his Spurs juju over to Crystal Palace and had them man knocked out the FA Cup. I'm like, nah, that's harsh. That's harsh on Brennan Johnson because he will forever be a Tottenham legend because he scored in a final to win them a Europa League. Right now, I think Man United will be Brighton. Wait, is it at home? Well, it shouldn't even matter, really. I think if it's at the Amex, Brighton might win. But yeah, new manager bound Old Trafford would be right. Yeah, I think United get past Brighton. Man, BBK, I ignored her and everything, and she already chased. Ooh, but I made it correct and nice, not too much. That's what you. I told you the temptation is coming, my bro. Once they realize that they can't manipulate you, and attention is currency to some. Most chicks, attention is currency, and when they don't get that, they usually lash out. But yeah, just stay focused, my friend. Big up, Jam Boy. What you telling me, Jam Boy? You good yet? Yeah, they are. But this United team who just 2-2 draw with Burnley, not so sure. Brighton are going to score. I don't think United can keep Brighton at bay for 90 minutes. It's just a matter of can United outscore Brighton. And I'm sure that United got a couple of men coming back from AFCON. Now, I haven't been following up the AFCON to the point where I know who's still in it and who hasn't, who's been knocked out. But I'm pretty sure that, I don't know. Well, let me have a look before I speak out of turn. AFCON. And I do miss my studio where I can have my split screens and all that. So Senegal still in it. Morocco. Hey. Ivory Coast. Oh, Hamad's still missing. Damn. I don't know, man. United need all the help they can get. Big up to Suge. Big up to Suge, man. W's for Suge. But this United team beat Brighton. I think so. I think you beat Brighton. I think you have just enough to get by Brighton tomorrow. Big up to the assembled. Do you believe Arsenal will possibly draw 4 times in their remaining Premier League fixtures? Yes. An emphatic yes. I do think so. I think we have 3 more draws in us, possibly. About 3 more draws and 2 more losses. That's what I think we have in us. So when I had went through the fixtures, I did a show from New York when I talked about 19 Cup finals. And at the time, even Gary, big up to Gary from DWT, Don't Waste the Trip, he challenged that idea that we have 19 Cup finals left. He challenged that idea. Say, I'm asking for perfection. And I kind of repositioned the question and the statement. And the reason why I said we had 19 Cup finals, okay, look at the Liverpool versus Arsenal game. Which one of the teams approached that game like it was a cup final? Arsenal or Liverpool? I think everyone in the chat, everyone who's listening would say that Liverpool were the only team on that pitch who approached it like a cup final. This is what I was talking about. This was the arching point. that the remaining 19 games, because I did that stream at the halfway mark, and the remaining games were supposed to be 19 Cup finals. I made that statement because I know that these 19 games, we are going to get the very best of every Premier League team. 19 Cup finals. And Liverpool approached that game as such. Liverpool that did not approach that game versus us the way they did against Forest at home. And they lost that game 3-0 to Nottingham Forest. This was a cup final for them, when it should have been a cup final for us. That's why I was upset that we drawing that. But I do believe I think we draw three more games. I think drawing 4 more can lose us the league, the assembled. I'm going to be completely honest. So from today, 17 more games to go, right? So I don't think we can afford to draw 4 more. 4 more would have to include the Liverpool draw. So I think we lose 2 more and draw another 3. So that means we have to win the other 12. Not sure if that's enough. Day 3 of the trip and shattered already. Mrs. is struggling both physically and emotionally. The weather pollution is insane. Yeah, I've seen those clips and those reels of how hectic that place can be, man. But hey, it's time for you to be strong, my brother. Big up to the doc. Yeah, man. Big up. Should Glasner be sacked? That's an interesting question, you know. Very interesting question. It's a sackable offense. I'll say that. It is a sackable offense to lose to a team. What did they say it was? 116 places below you? It's sackable. It's like getting United losing to Grimsby or Liverpool losing to, what was that, Plymouth Argyle in the FA Cup last season in the FA Cup. It's a sackable offense. Being the holder, and they played enough. If you can't rotate against a team from National League North or South, my God. But yeah, if you're a Crystal Palace fan, you're asking serious questions. I think most Crystal Palace fans expect him to walk anyway at the end of the season. Big up the drawings. What you telling me, man? I am back, man. Back in the space, back in the studio. Good to be home. Back in the lab. It's going well, my G. Big you up. Hope you are well. Don't point in sacking Glasner. It's a sackable offense, you know. I would say that, man. This is bad. But he is walking, right? He is not be a Crystal Palace manager next year. Unless Palace wins Conference League, right? Unless they qualify for Europa by winning the Conference League, finish in a decent position, and have a wicked transfer window. And I say have a wicked transfer window. They're going to need that because they are going to get rat fucked this season. Their squad, yeah, because they've been getting picked apart for the past 2 seasons. You know, Olise to Bayern, Eze to Arsenal, Guéhi almost to Liverpool. Guéhi is leaving at the end of the season. I'm sure of it. Adam Morton, people are circling for him. I think that Vinny, I think he's a decent player. He'd be looking to go elsewhere. Palace have fallen over the past 4 weeks in the Premier League. They went from a top 4 side to sitting in 13th right now. So if you're Glasner, unless those things happen where you win the Europa League or win the Conference League and finish in the Europa League, I think he walks. Big up to Kwaja, man. What you telling me? Have you seen what Sturridge said about Yak? Nah, hit me with it. Hit me with it, my G. I haven't seen it. Oh shit! But before you hit me with that, and I think Doc, I think you're in the building. I don't think I've forgotten, Doc. It's your turn. It's your turn to tribute to the boss. That is E. Ross, who is in here with us. But big up to the chat. And while we acknowledge the Don, that is E. Ross, while I take a sip of my tea. Big up.
Maybach music.
This a survival story.
true ghetto story.
I'm drinking rum and Red Bull, and you see, let me heart full. Just give me the cheese, I'll make it smoke it, yo. Smoke it, yo. It up.
Maybach music.
Just give me the trees and let me smoke it, yo. Yeah, man, give me the trees.
Smoke the herbs, the herbs, the herbs, the herbs, the herbs. Gonna make the chalice go.
Y'all too young to remember that. Y'all too young to remember that one. Big up, man. Big up to the chat. Absolute legends in the building. So how much money is Saka getting according to his new contract for FA Cup? FA Cup win and 3 second place finishes. 300. I heard 300 bags. Listen, I'm not mad at Saka getting this money. You know, Saka was grossly underpaid when he was the best player in this shit team when he was 18, 19 years old. This is like a retroactive payment. You know, this is kind of like when at the back end of his career, the Lakers had to pay Kobe Bryant some ridiculous amount of money, like $46 million per season when the Lakers were shit. But because Kobe Bryant had kept them man afloat, kept them out the abyss, and put asses in the seats, they gave him a shit contract that crippled the franchise for quite a while. They paid him for what he did, not what he was going to do. You know? But yeah, what I'm hearing is 300. It's a lot of money, man. Some dappings going on. Big up to Drilly. Manners and respect, Drilly. What you telling me? Super Mick really trying to bottle it. Catting for a second net, brother. Big up, man. Big up to you. But the thing is, right? Whatever Sturridge said about York, I haven't heard it. So, you know, if someone puts it in the chat, whatever he said. But here's the thing with me and the Gyökeres thing. I've already stated that until I start to see the clear chances that are being created for him, I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to panic. Kev from the Red Pitch podcast texted me right after the game because I didn't get to watch it. And he said, Gyökeres is this and Gyökeres is that. I said, how many chances did he miss? He couldn't tell me. Okay, cool. Whatever. I find it very interesting, yeah? I find it interesting that there are a lot of Arteta a lot of Arteta fans who are willing to pull the plug on Gyökeres after 6 months, but are willing to give Arteta more time after 6 years. And then I ask these men, how come every attacker struggles in an Arteta system? Like, he's the common denominator here. Like, the last 20 goal a season striker at this football club, Aubameyang, I think Aubameyang had 29 in all comps in the 2019-2020 season. 22 goals in the Premier League. I think that was the year they had most Sadio Mane and Aubameyang all shared the Golden Boot. And Jurgen Klopp was over the moon because he was saying that all three of my players won the Golden Boot because he coached Aubameyang at Dortmund. And the very following year after that, Aubameyang scored 10 Premier League goals. 10. Then he goes to Barcelona, plays half a season, and scores 13 La Liga goals. Every striker I'm waiting for someone to show me the striker who has flourished. Not even the striker, the attacker who has flourished under an Arteta system. No one has scored more than 16 goals in an Arteta system. No one. What's the why? Why is that? Are we just going to continue to ignore that like it's not a problem? Now, yes, Gyökeres has to do better. He has to step up. It's not his fault that the manager can't coach and attack, but it's his responsibility to show people why so many other fans wanted him. It's his responsibility to show people how he scored almost 100 goals in Portugal in 2 seasons. It's his responsibility, not his fault that the manager is shit. But the broader conversation I want to have is that why is it every attacking player flattens out? Some of them flatten out, some of them maintain, but none of them flourish. What attacker has came to Arsenal since 2020 and has flourished? Trossard, nope. Flattened out. Moments, special moment here and there. And his moments usually come when he's benched for a while and he gets hungry. Havertz, let's say better. Odegaard, attacking player, doesn't attack. I was watching the Loose Cannon podcast with Turkish and Jordan, and they had Harry Semio on there this week because now they're doing the guest thing. They have Harry Semio on there, right? And Semio was like, he doesn't think Odegaard trusts Gyökeres to pass him the ball. I'm like, what? Motherfucker, you don't get that option. You don't get that privilege to not trust anyone. Like, who the fuck are you to think that you can not ball to someone because you don't trust that shit? We don't trust you as our captain. Because yet again, we played another game of football against another big team where we needed a goal and you were subbed off. Subbed off again in a game that we needed a goal. We weren't winning 4-5-0, 0-0 game. And our creative player, who happens to be a captain, is hooked. Again. Have we seen this before? I think we have. Over and over again. Big up to Quadra, man. We're not winning anything with this coach. You need to score goals and attack. We don't. We play to defend and retain the ball. It's trash. That's not winning football. 6 years of data is the proof. 100%. But what I'm saying is, everyone is messaging me. Everyone is adding me. I'm not on X, people. I'm not on Twitter. I think it's a cesspool. I don't think it's a real place. But everyone is sending me all these stats and all this stuff of how bad Gyökeres is. Like, I don't need any of that shit. I got eyes. I've seen that he's been bad. But I've also seen 6 years of us not playing a type of football that Arsenal are used to playing. And I'm saying 6 years because I just really don't want to use his name a whole lot. But when I say 6 years, you might know who I'm talking about. He's more roach than a coach. The attacker is dead. He coaches the attackers not to attack. I could not remember the last time we played a game, open game of football, wire to wire, and clearly was superior in the attacking third. We had the odd game here and there against Bayern Munich, against Atletico, where we have a 50-minute period where we just blitz them and then it's over. But there's an underlying factor of why the attack is not attacking. And I don't know how much longer they're going to ignore it. But men are really ready to pull the plug on Gyökeres after 6 months, but want more of Arteta after 6 years. I find that weird. Brentford won. Oh. I got the Newcastle game in the background. I'm just peeping up at the score. I don't fully expect anything from Exeter. You know, it's a case of how many with them. I think if any point City go above us, we won't have the mentality to catch them after leaving. 100%. Why do you think I was so nervous when the lead went to 2? When the lead went to 2 and everyone was looking for boy 10. All looking for 10, like, yo, where he at? City had went above us for a couple minutes or for an hour or two because they played first. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, once we see the back of them, man, it's long. Because they don't bottle league titles. They don't. They get the baton, and it's Usain Bolt in the anchor leg. It's long. That's the FA Cup away from home. Do you think Arsenal lose 3 games if they draw any more games? No, I think we lose 2 more. I don't think we lose 3 more games. I think we lose 3 more games, we definitely lose the league. But I think we lose 2 more. And it won't be a game where someone thinks we're going to lose, right? It's not going to be the Etihad away, or it's going to be a weird fixture like Brighton or I was about to say United at Emirates, but nah. One of those could be one of the draws, but it will be a weird fixture where we lose. But I do think we lose more games. I don't think we win. I don't think we win out. Also, as chief counsel for my client, one Victor Gyökeres, he will now be referred to as Victor Gyökeres henceforth. I like that. That's dope. I like that, man. Big up to the boss, the Don, the chat room bully, the most interesting man on YouTube. Pick him up every single time. Yep. E. Ross. E. Ross tells the calendar what day it is. Pick him up every time. Run the track, DJ. Oh, you mean? Only keeping the seat warm for Glasner when he arrives in the summer. Yeah, he's going. He's going, man. He's gone. I can see Glasner with the Spurs at this rate. Hey, I don't know. For some reason, I thought Thomas Frank going to Spurs was going to be a good thing for him. You know, they were doing it at Bird, and then he goes to Spurs, and he looks like, you know, like when Brighton had a thing going on, such a good thing going on to the point where he got Graham a job at Chelsea, but he leaves and go to Chelsea, and then Brighton still play the brand of football. Brighton, De Zerbi go there, they still play the same brand of football, they still do well. Wow, he goes shits the bed at Chelsea. Now, Thomas Frank has left Brentford, and they look like they still got what they got going on, and he's shitting the bed at Tottenham. So it might be something else going on at Brentford. Maybe scouting, you know, the leadership of, hey, this is how we play, this is what we want to do, blah, blah, blah. But either way, that leap of faith look like it's not going to work out for him. No Salah, no Ekitike, no Frimpong. Best attacker, you at home. Arsenal mentality in critical condition, all eyes on Arteta. So here's the thing, right? When have we seen a bad version of Arsenal? Bad version of Arsenal go to a good version of Man City, version of a title challenging Liverpool, a title challenging Man City. We usually get slapped up where we take a bad version of us to a good version of them. Make no mistake about it. This was a bad version of Liverpool. Bad. No Salah, no Ekitike, no Isak. Forest put 3 past this man. Forest. Sunderland had him begging for a point at Anfield. And they came to us and we let him off the hook with a 0-0 draw. Crazy. And the thing is, right, I'm hearing the low block thing. It's such a weak argument with the low block thing. And here's why. The reverse fixture at Anfield. Did Liverpool play a low block in that game? Hell no. Van Dijk was damn near on the halfway line, spraying passes about. They didn't play a low block. That is nonsense. And still kept a clean sheet against us. There have been so many streams after that loss at Anfield, where I came on here and said, Arsenal football, before Burnley went there, I was like, Arsenal are the only team that went to Anfield and didn't bust net. Everyone went there and scored. All eyes on Arteta, 100%, Julie. Shit, man. He's so shit. More big ups from the man them. Man, as I respect. The real Liverpool fan in the building. Big him up, big him up. Bop, bop, bop. You know it. Are you allowed to play audio from the Sky Sports channel? Nah, they usually. I've got so many copyright strikes, especially with the music. But just paraphrase what he said, and I'll see. Wissa just missed a chance. Y'all could cost us the league. Still could cost you the league. Still darkness. No, Julie, I can't put this energy in the atmosphere. There is one man that's going to cost us the league this year, and it's not Gyökeres. It's not. I'm sorry. It's the man who picks the lineup. Yeah. It's the man at Villa Park who takes off Eze, then brings on Gyökeres when we're down 1-0. It's the man who goes to Anfield and plays Gyökeres with Zubimendi, Rice, and Merino behind him. And then double down on that and play that same lineup against Man City at home. Right? The man who's going to cost us the league is the man who, at the Stadium of Light in the 92nd minute, takes off Eze, brings on Mascara, and then we concede again. That's the guy who's going to cost it. Now, Gyökeres isn't helping himself. He's not. He's not helping himself. And he's not helping the case. And dare I say, right now, he's not helping the team. But there's only so many passengers we can carry when the manager himself is a damn passenger. Hindrance to actual attacking football. The hell with this best defense shit. We need to score goals, man. Arteta Hate University. Big up, man. Big up to the legend that is E. Rouse. Might have to rely on Havertz or Marino to get the job done. Brother. But here's the thing with the Havertz thing. I've seen that movie before. So I've seen SB from the catch up and all these men just throw Havertz up there. Just throw Havertz up there. And they're saying it with a certain level, a certain amount of chest, a certain amount of optimism, as if it's something new. That's my only problem with it. But we've seen the Havertz thing before, and it doesn't work. The fact that Gyökeres is at the club is proof that the Havertz thing was failed. The Havertz experiment was a failure. That's why we had to go get a different striker. You know? Did man say rum and Red Bull in the two? Never heard of having rum or Red Bull before. Yeah, man. I'm drinking rum. And so, especially in Kingston, right? In Kingston, in Jamaica in general, but most of the street part of them in Kingston, Red Bull is a chaser for everything. You'll see bottles on table, and then you'll see 6-7 cans of Red Bull. Like Red Bull is a universal chaser. And that was then when they only had the one flavor. That song is about 2010, 09, 2010. So it's about 16, 17 years old. Now they got a different flavor of Red Bull for some shit that they made up this morning. Like fruits that I didn't even know existed. Fact, soccer deserved it. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Yeah. Not pocket watching. Carrying Arsenal since he was 18. I swear if Eras doesn't receive such a reception in every stream, I must boycott the stream. Listen, I'm going to tell you this, Suge. If I see any content creator acknowledge Eros the way I acknowledge him, I'm suing for copyrights. Nah, they can acknowledge him. They can big him up, but we only do that here. Big up, man. I saw some say it's 400K. Might be so 400K. That might have been an American, because you know in the American sports when they talk about when American media outlets talk about money, they use dollars. They use US dollars. So it's always going to be inflated. But no, it's not 400 pounds a week. The report that I saw was from Fabrizio, and it said 300K. So I don't care about the money being paid. Just not on the platforming him as our man. That's comical with his numbers. That's beating man and Fumble. Hey, see, I'm telling you, E. Ross, man. E. Ross knows his shit, you know. Yep. Fumble. But they say I completely disagree. One more injury and he is finished trading police. And this is what I'm saying. He is paid for what he did. This is what I'm saying. The money that he's getting now was for carrying the team, a shit version of us, when he was 18. $330 a week. Say louder for the people in the cheap seats. Gyökeres is looking more like Hoyland every week. Maybe it's time to send him to Serie A. So he can refine his form. They're looking for Glock to do other things on the field because he's not scoring. And I don't want to hear that bullshit, Just Films. I don't want to hear that. That's craziness. I don't want to hear that. The menu is short when it comes to our striker. Are you scoring or you're not? Because this is the thing. Like, Man United fans have this thing with Bruno all the time. When Bruno would have shit games, they come up with an assist. And the people who do the results-based analysis will say, well, he had an assist, but he stunk out the place for 70 minutes, for 90 minutes. Like, until he starts scoring, none of this noise will go away. And until he starts scoring, he will not justify his price tag or his wages. He needs to score goals. There's no way around it. Just seen the legend Beanie Man that know Fambo though. Yeah, Fambo is Hey. That's fine, but try it, man. Big up to Lynch. That is Lynch in the house. Lynch, what you telling me? You good, yeah? Oh, I am so far behind on the. I'm doing the views, people. I'm doing the Uncle views. I usually don't get this far behind on the chat. Shit. But big up, man. Big up to Darren. Man, as I respect. I was talking about the Yucharest business. Okay, Dr. Seymour. But like the thing, people, fire blaze outside. I said there hasn't been a prolific scorer under this regime since Arteta been manager. And that's a problem. It's a massive problem because he should know that the only time you won something is when you had someone who scored the goals. We didn't outplay Chelsea in that final. You know, it was you got Aubameyang in a moment when he had Kurt Zouma backing up, put him on his ass and put the ball in the net. Gyökeres isn't doing that right now. But that's the difference. The only time you had an actual striker, you won something. And you don't think you should try that formula. Again, I don't get it. Somehow this man won a golden boot with creativity from Mkhitaryan and Iwobi and that. Ozil was in and out of the team due to political reasons and shit. You know? Right now, we score goals from set pieces, own goals, and individual brilliance. Yeah? Like, if you look at Arsenal's best goals from this season that's going on, it's Zubimendi versus Forest with the screamer. It's Trossard against Sunderland. Yeah, those are individual brilliance. Then it's a bunch of set pieces and a bunch of own goals. None of the goals have been, cutting through teams. You know what I mean? Arteta's still a coach and not a manager. A manager manages Alba still behavior off the pitch because they so well on it. BYT. What the hell is BYT? I'm sucking on my acronyms today. Pause. Because Arteta can't deal with these personalities. Yeah. Need a big name manager to manage these players. But he's getting paid like a manager. He's getting paid like a top manager. You know? They're performing like a coach. Southern Gooder did a show yesterday, pointed out all the numbers going down year on year. And that's the thing. Matty has to do that type of stuff to the casual fan who just thinks everything is rosy at the club. But to people like you and I who consume football at a very, I don't want to say, but we consume a lot of football, right? We see it. But big him up for pointing that out. Because it's true. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. We know Marino, 29 Jesus, can't win us the league. So you must play to Victor Gyökeres' strengths. And I'm saying, let us give that a try. Why not? Let's give it a try and see how it works. Saka got worse. Martinelli has not progressed. I would flip these names. and I think Martinelli under Emery looks different, and we thought he would have kicked on. But that 2022/2023 season is the best version of Martinelli we are ever going to see. I don't even think he will get back to that level. I think it's like backwards for him. But I think Saka has just plateaued. I don't think he's gotten worse. I think the injury has fucked him up a bit. You know? You want to know something? You already know Eros. What time it is. Y'all, he always signing up for a future Mikel. Bertha exposed Mikel by signing Gyökeres and Eze. We talked about that earlier on in the season. Not playing to his strengths in that. We know what we're talking about. We know this team. We know this club. We know this manager. I think Kai had 15 goals was not a purple patch. Right? I've told people all the time because people seem to forget this. The entire 3 years that Kai Havertz was at Chelsea, he scored 18 Premier League goals. combined. Not in one season. 18 Premier League goals combined. So I'm not even mad at Kai Havertz at this point. Because essentially, Arteta is asking him to do something that he's never done before. And it's to score 20 Premier League or 20 league goals. He didn't even do that shit at Leverkusen where he was supposedly good. You know, great show yesterday. But that guy, see, he doesn't stream much, right? But when he does, it's special. It's like an eclipse. Doesn't happen often. And big up to Batty, you know, because the amount of hours that he dedicates to other people's channels, that he done demonetized his own show, his own channel, because he spends most of his time on other people's show, on Lee Gunner, and Northside, and Shane, and Aaron. But he is such a good dude, man. Such a good dude. What kind of bullshit is that? Odegaard don't trust Gyökeres. The fuck are these idiots coming up? I swear, brother, he said he don't trust them. I'm like, yo, you don't get the, you know. If you're a creative midfielder, that is your job. You create. Let it miss them. Then you'll be vindicated. Put the passes on the platform. Let it miss them, and then you can say, see? But bro, I want to see him miss those chances. I want to see him get those chances, score them or miss them. I want to see a game of football where we create 3. I was about to say 5, but that's a stretch. Where we create 3 big chances for Gyökeres and see. Now, it's in the thumbnail. Man City goes strong against Exeter today, right? So, since Pep is his mentor, can we see a case of Arteta taking a page out of the Pep book and say, you know what, I'm going to go strong? Because Pep is trying to play Haaland and back into form. That's what he's doing. Because Pep has realized right now that he's going to have to score a lot of goals to win games because his defense is shit and his defense is injury-riddled. And they're probably not going to call back Akanji from loan, from Inter. So they got what they got. And if they don't get Guehi, they have to, these next 5-6 games, their defense is going to be shit. So they're going to have to outscore teams. So he gives Erling Haaland a run out today. Will Arteta do the same thing? You give York a run out. It's Portsmouth. And then you play 2 10s, right? You play Eze. You have to play Eze this game, right? 12 minutes after being 4 games as an unused sub, you have to play him. And you play Ethan. Ethan hasn't been in the squad for 2-3 games now. What are we doing? Is he injured? I haven't read him. You play Ethan. And you give Zubimendi a rest, you give Declan Rice a rest, and you go play attacking football, and you beat Portsmouth. And if Gyökeres doesn't bang in that after he's given clear-cut opportunities, then I might listen. Rice is our true captain, or Gabriel, both of them over Odegaard, 100%. In that order. Give me this order. Rice. I think Gabriel still has a little bit of too much emotion in him. If you remember the game against was it Newcastle, when he could have got himself sent off after Walter Made scored. Yeah. After he fell asleep on the set piece because they lined up and then they took it short and then swung it in. Yeah. And then Big Nick puts it in the net and going down the pitch, he throws an elbow at him. And if Walter Made goes down and holds his face, that goes to VAR, Gabriel is sent off. I think he has to curtail that. Drop Gyökeres. Then what? Havertz. King Kai. I will trade Odegaard for Elliot Anderson and Zubimendi for Adam Wharton. Wharton had a stinker. Absolute stinker. 3-1 Villa. I mean, there's never an opportunity when you want Spurs to win. But you probably want them to knock out Villa because they're going to go lose anyway. But, you know, Emery is a cup manager. We get Aston Villa in the next round, we could be out. So I'd rather Tottenham knock out Villa. Then we can knock out Tottenham. You know, eliminate all the ops. Willie Blunderman created chaos in the changing room because he was most probably asked about to put his medals on the table from his playing career. we got no magic when we get into the final third. We look like we got no ideas. This is such a true statement. And this is what I'm saying. This is why I keep hammering away at the fact when I say he doesn't know how to coach an attack. Because the players look like they don't know what to do. The players look like they haven't worked on this all week in training. And the players look like they're looking over to the managers, but like, what do we do now? We haven't worked on this in ages. You know. But the final third, like, when have we ever seen Eze look this bad? At Palace or England? We've never. He's always looked a player. There's a manager somewhere right now in the world of football who is saying, my God, I can get more out of that squad. There are managers in the Premier League, shit managers like at Burnley, like Scott Parker, who's been relegated with Fulham, for fuck's sake, or whoever he managed. Yeah, managers like Marco Silva or these men, and they're looking at Arteta and be like, bro, you've been given everything that we haven't. You've been given time, money, resources, hand in transfers and all this shit, and you still look this bad. Plenty of managers around the world are looking at this manager like, bro, if I had that squad, I'm leaving the party with something. Palace are so shit. They were a top 4 side. On December 14th, they were a top 4 side before City beat them 3-0. You know, that weekend where we need the Wolves that weekend. It's bad. That's what I'm saying. They asked should he be sacked. I'm saying it's a sackable offense. Right? Just how much credit does the FA Cup buy you? Not a whole bunch. If you just probably the worst defense. Okay, so you know how the rivals and neutrals punch up Liverpool. I'd say worst title defense ever of the Premier League. You win the Premier League title, and then you break the British transfer record twice, and you're shit in the bed. Yeah, worst title defense in a long time. We can probably say this is probably one of the worst, if not the worst, cup defenses in the history of the cup. Losing to a team from National League North. Mad. That's the only agenda going on. York and Eze weren't Arteta's players, so they don't get the same grace of patience Jesus, Mourinho, Odegaard, Calamari have been given. I just don't. I made sure that I pointed out the inconsistency of the people who want or ready to pull the plug on York after 6 months, but are giving Arteta more time after 6 years. Now, there are people in this chat who come around BBK Sports who didn't want Gyökeres, but okay, for Sheldon. Sheldon comes around. Sheldon doesn't rate Gyökeres, but Sheldon also wants Arteta gone. So I can hear him. I can hear that. But when we're going into the season and people are telling me, yeah, let's just give him 1 more year, then 6 months later, you're really ready to pull the plug on a striker. 6 months. But you have patience after 6 years. Like, where's the consistency of the energy? I don't get that. City got some tough games coming up. They do. And I don't believe they win against United. I don't. Yeah? So that's why I didn't, I guess you can say I had a meltdown the other day because I did stream after the game. But it was more because of the performance, right? Not the result, right? Because we're still 6 points clear of Man City, but it was more along the lines of the performance from what I hear, how bad the performance was. We got given an opportunity, a great opportunity. And the performance didn't match the opportunity that was given. That's why I was upset, right? There was a cup final to be played and only one team showed up like it was a cup final. 10 away from 10 away, man. We're getting there. We're getting there. Big up, Kwaja. As true as it is when talking about City, it's very funny to hear it compared to what you were saying City in the first couple of months of the season. And I fully walk that back. I didn't think Man City was going to do what Man City did because of what Pep said about Rodri. And I didn't think that Nico Gonzalez would be this good in the midfield without Rodri. I thought it was going to be you. There is something about me that respects a champion. Rudy Tomjanovich said it, and those words have always resonated with me. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. Right? And Liverpool, current champions of the Premier League, the transfer window that you had, I think it was a very logical train of thought to think that you would have finished above Man City this year. It's very unfortunate we didn't give Gyökeres and Eze playing time, with Eze being the 10 and out of position. Yeah, Mateo, go look at the Villa game substitution pattern. Eze comes on after Eze comes off, Gyökeres comes on. No, how much sense does that make? It makes more sense to play Gyökeres. It makes more sense to play Eze without Gyökeres than Gyökeres without Eze. Because Eze can create and he can score. Gyökeres can't create anything. Unless you're creative for him, he's just going to be out there being a battering ram. Useless. Lost cause. Big up to Kwaja, man. And big up to all of you for subscribing to the channel. Greatly appreciated. We draw more games this season. Coach's Wank just needs to leave. 3. That's what I have us down as to draw. I have us down to draw 3 more games. So that will put our draw total at 7. Now, that is a huge reduction from last year when we drew 14. But I do think we lose 2 more as well. So that will put our losses to 4. The challenge is to win the other 12. Yeah, you win the other 12, that's 36 points. We're on 49 points right now, so that was at 85 points. And those 3 draws, 88 points. Does that win us the league? Does 88 points win us the league? We're definitely dropping more points in the second half of the season, especially when it gets closer to crunch time, March through May. Maybe it's just PTSD. Maybe it's historical precedent. It's PTSD, it's historical precedence, and it's also playing a team in September is completely different than playing him in March. It's different because if you get a West Ham, well, yeah. If you get a Leeds or a West Ham, Bournemouth are 15th right now. Leeds are 16th, Forest. So you get Bournemouth, Leeds, or Forest in March, April, May. You're gonna get a different performance because they're fighting to stay up. Historical precedent and pressure. Frank is a good coach, but you can't play defensive at a club like Vibes and Offense. I don't know what they're trying to do at Tottenham, right? Because it was Conte, the football was shit. They didn't love that. Then they went to the other extreme, the edge. The football was great, but they were conceding and losing a lot of games. But in the end, they won a trophy, innit? And they still sacked him. So it wasn't about the trophy. And that was my reaction towards at the end of the season. Andrew Sakin proved that it wasn't about the trophy. It wasn't. Because you got into the Champions League over a team that finished second or third with something to show. It was just more about league position and payout. What manager would be perfect for us to go back to playing full-fledged attacking football? I hate this robotic retardation. Bring back Uncle Wenger. You give Uncle Wenger a defense like this, a workhorse like a Declan Rice. Yeah, the Declan Rice is just like a workhorse, like Ramsey. He's like Ramsey with Ramsey had better tech, but he's like Ramsey without the injuries. You know, you give Uncle Wenger that, you give Uncle Wenger Eze. I think Uncle Wenger would have Odegaard even looking like a world beater. You know, but you give Uncle Wenger Saliba ball-playing center backs who can actually defend. Oh Lord, that man would be on the halfway line spraying passes all over the place. You see those spaces that Saliba right now he is nervous to step into. He doesn't want to quite step into this space in because he's not sure of the. give him the freedom to do all that there. I got a local for Janet BBK after that draw versus Liverpool. It's January. I like that. January. I'm very worried. This is good though. This is good. I like this. I like that one. Yeah. So we went from nasty November. Remember December. January. Yeah. Fucking worried. I'm gonna lie. To be fair, Brentford is a really good team this season, brother. So another blunder, another pie on my face. I picked Brentford to go down. I did. I had Brentford getting relegated, people. That's it. They lost their coach, they lost their captain, they lost 2 20-goal a season scorers. I don't think most teams can survive that from where Brentford finished last year. They finished 15th or something. Thought they would go down. And right now, based on form in the Premier League, can we say, if we're going to make a list of teams that are overperforming, Brentford tops that list? Seriously. Well, no, Villa. Villa probably tops the list of teams that are overperforming right now. If you're going to make a list of teams that are, like, we're at the football awards and the category is best team for overperforming. And the nominees are Villa, Brentford, Sunderland. That's it. I think it's them three. Now the teams that are underperforming, Tottenham, Arsenal. That's crazy to say, right? Arsenal is underperforming from top of the league. That might be a controversial take. That might be a topic for a whole show by itself. We're underperforming and we're top of the league. But I think we have underperformed this season. Not going to lie. From your answer, you're basically saying Arsenal and City will end up on the same amount of points. It was going to come down to goal difference. It could. It could be assembled. And I think if it comes down to goal difference, we lose. This is why I was matter of fact, I used the same talking point versus the Wolves. After the Wolves game, going into the game, I'm like, this is the kind of game that we have to use to plus up our goal difference. They had 2 points at the time. My guy Lawrence, less points than a triangle. And they came to the Emirates and scored and had us begging for a point. Another opportunity missed. We won the game 3 points, but that was an opportunity to miss to run up our goal difference. It could. But I fully expect us. I wish I could sit here and be like, yeah. I think we'll win 13, draw 2, lose 1. But I think we lose 2 more games, I'm being honest. Low block, start Eze. Yeah, start Eze and Ethan. Brother. But you would believe that, you would think low block is the thing that just started this week. The way these men go on about low block. Nah, ain't nobody. We can't attack. Our attack stinks. 3-0. City. Oh, Lord. Yeah. City went strong for that reason. This season, whether we win the league or not, I'm not happy. We win the league, good for Arsenal. We remain trophyless, good for Arsenal because Arteta gets the sack. Spot on. Big up to Guna SC. Some more dappings going on. I'm Darren. Big up, man. More dappings. Love the dappings. Other than the E-Ross tribute. Might be my favorite part of the show. Big up to Cooper. You're telling me, my guy, if you're still in the building, big you up. Sturridge broke it down exactly what we said. Then Neville tried to jump in on Sturridge and checked him. Yeah, damn, Neville being a bully on the set. But I mean, I think Sturridge is not saying you need to play the position to have an opinion or whatever, but if the conversation is that hair splitting where you're talking about a striker in the actual position, Sturridge just might be a little more qualified to speak on, being a striker than Gary. If it comes out to right back, then I listen to Gary. He's a champagne socialist. Fuck whatever he says. He's a wanker. 7 touches. You're supposed to help with that. 7 touches. Criminal. The Arsenal fans still going on about Gyökeres. The man start every game. The man is a brick. We have to go shopping for groceries. Now, I will hear that from you, Sheldon. And I said this earlier. I don't know if you were in here, but I will hear this from you because you have been consistent with your energy towards Gyökeres. What I will not hear it from is Mandem, who were saying, give Arteta one more year, blah, blah, blah. I'm going into 6 years and are ready to pull the plug on someone after 6 months, but have time for someone who's been here for 6 years. Not hearing that. Yeah, man. He has been in the building, man. He's been in the building. Big him up. You missed the tribute. I might have to timestamp it. We need a new gun. The Glock 14 is jamming. We need a Glock 19. That's what we need. That's what I got. If YouTube wouldn't flag the show, I'd go pull it out of the drawers and do a quick disassembly session and show you how to break down and clean your Glock and do preventive maintenance to make sure that it doesn't jam. It's never jammed on me. And I swear I've put about 5,000 rounds through this thing. Saka left wing, Havertz striker, Madueke right wing could revive their attack. But this will never happen under Arteta monster. And this is what I'm saying. Arsenal Football Club right now are like a case. We are a cold case, and we need a fresh set of eyes. A new detective that will come and play this. A new detective comes in and says, hey, you know what? I'm going to play one sitting 6, and I'm going to play 2 10s. And those 2 10s, I have 3 players I can play there. I got Odegaard, I got Ethan, and I got Eze. And I will rotate them accordingly. And then you'll have enough rotation there to keep everyone match fit and match sharp. But when he's just playing the same guys, and then wondering why the guys that he put on don't impact the game because they haven't been playing. Oh, who knew? They think Kai 15 goals was not a purple patch. Martinelli 15 goals and then fell off. Kai scored 15 goals, 9 goals. Saka scored 14 and then went down to 7 or 8. And the thing is, last year, I think Latvian Guna, big up Latvian Guna. He had a stat where and it's probably true, but last year was the first time Arsenal Football Club didn't have any players in double figures in a long time. Newcastle are 1-0 up. And that's good for Arsenal Football Club not to have any players in double digits for an entire season. It's mad. Yeah, man. Future Fun by Roman Red Bull. I'm drinking. So as a DJ, as a part-time DJ, I do private events and all that stuff. That song right there was one of the ones that when you were making your transition from just the juggling to take the party to another level was one of the bridges that you would use. The introduction to that song is a great warm-up to go into the Bugu Yaga. You know, you have your juggling songs, you have your space holders, but when you need to take it up a notch, you hit them with the rum and the Red Bull. We got, man. We got, my God, Slaughterhouse. We don't big up E-Ross. Hey, celebrate him. What you mean? You know the thing go. I wouldn't be surprised if it's closer to 400K, including bonuses. We know what this club loves to operate in smoke and mirrors. That's true. But those bonuses, let the bonuses be trophies, innit? Not just goals. Because, you know, a goal in a 4-1 as a constellation doesn't really do anything for us. Or word them in such way the goals have to come in a win. Big up to Hendo, the weatherman. Big you up, man. Safe back in the studio, man. Feels good. Feels good. Saka been roasting fullbacks all season. Give that man what he earned. Pay him. That's what Sturridge says. Coach didn't want him to drop back and create. That's not his damn job. I hear it. I hear it, man. Get him the ball closer to the goal without wrestling with the defense. Cooper said, Yuck isn't the problem. It's Arteta ball. We have no attack in this team. Odegaard doesn't create anything. Every attacker has struggled in the last 18 months, scapegoating Gyökeres. So Gyökeres, victim Gyökeres, like the doc so eloquently puts it, victim Gyökeres is just another notch, Another prey that's fallen in the Arteta trap. Man City being ruthless against Exeter, 4-0 at halftime, and that's why they went strong. That's why they went strong, and that's what I'm saying. You hear players need training sessions, needs training sessions. I'm pretty sure Semenyo didn't have 2-3 training. I'd be surprised if he had one started. Equalizer for what's that? Bournemouth. I was having vodka with my Red Bull. Hey man, it's universal. And that was the generic version of the Red Bull. Now they got all kind. They got passion fruit. It's mad. Big up Hendo. Say for all the Gyökeres haters, which forward in the Premier League has missed the most chances so far this season? Don't know. I'm sure it's not Gyökeres. He hasn't had the chances to miss. Yeah, man. Big up to Suge, man. Hope Suge is all rested up and getting back into the fold. Odegaard will be Arteta's downfall. You can cross out Odegaard. You can put Havertz will be Arteta's downfall. You could even put the midfield. This midfield that he has to have Zubimendi and Rice on the pitch at all times. Okay, they work well together in some games, but he has this idea that they have to play together. There are games that you should sit one of them and bring in another attacker. Let's win this league in whatever form it comes in, then complain about the style. I want to win the league first, then get a manager style. But here is the pause and the apprehension, Sheldon. It's the style why I don't believe we will win the league in the end. It's the style that had us defending a 1-0 lead against Wolves. We were defending a 1-0 lead against Wolves at home, brother. Complaining, that worries me. Your team should not be defending a 1-0 lead against Wolves at home. Your team should not be defending a 1-0 lead against Wolves away. You understand? So if those 3 points help us to win the league, sure, shamelessly at the parade. But it's performances like that against Wolves, it's performances like against Liverpool, where I believe will catch up to us come April. We've seen it. I'm not hating. I think he looks like Haaland, giving you absolutely nothing right now. 97 goals in 102 games. You're right. He's a brick. New system, and no one finds him. Still has the most goals in the team, in the Prem. So what you saying about the rest of our attackers? We're just not playing for him. That's what it is, Cooper. We're not playing for Gyökeres. We're still playing look busy football. And when I say look busy football, I'm talking about Odegaard, captain. Runs around, keeps things ticking, and then he was tired and couldn't press anymore, so he had to get hooked. You don't have to press if we have the ball now, do you, Odegaard? Arteta. What the hell are you pressing for if we have the ball? How do you keep the ball? Bring more fucking attackers on the pitch. As they can hold on to the ball, as they can retain possession. But you can see possession and then you get tired and you have to hook your captain because he's tired from pressing. Well, let's stop the goddamn pressing and keep the ball. Spent the day looking after my sister-in-law while the wife trying to deal with her mom. Hey, man, Suge, praying for you, my bro, for you and your entire family. Big you up, man. Yeah, it's accuracy by volume. I believe that he probably has. Missed the more, score the most. If Gyökeres gets a chance tomorrow versus Portsmouth, he's going to snatch at it because he's not sure when the next one is coming. If Erling Haaland gets a chance at 6:24 right now, he knows that before 4:30, he's getting another chance. He knows another chance is coming 5 minutes later. And mentally, he can compose himself. Hey, if I miss this one, I get the other one. Miss this one, get the other one. Top guy. Top guy, man. Arteta is the brick. Haaland is the forward that missed the most chances this season, but he gets so much service. He is also the top scorer. I hear it. Man, I hope you're doing well down there in Jamaica, my brother. It's a combination of Gyökeres and the team having to do better for him to start thriving. But top of that off, I don't reckon Arteta really wants Gyökeres to succeed either. Yeah. So I think he was comfortable getting the lead back to 6 points. I think if Man City had won their game, he would have been more compelled to go for it. So the fact that Man City dropped points, he feels comfortable enough with a 6-point lead. He does. I don't. Most of us don't trust him with a 6-point lead with 17 games remaining, so 51 points to play for. Hell no, I don't trust him. But he trusts his defense. He trusts his control mechanisms that he can see off Man City with a 6-point lead. So I think he was comfortable in getting a point. Oh, shit. And Bournemouth are up 2-1. And the Geordie Dread, is that Brooks? Oh, shit. Specs. I'm gonna have to give it to Specs. Pause. Might have to do a night owl session tonight, people. Shit. Odegaard is not a creator. I watched Ozil clips last night. Ozil and Venga Ball was a whole nother realm. Bro, Ozil assists were real assists. You know, like now you give man a 2-yard pass and he runs the length of the pitch, put a couple men on their ass and put it in the top bins and you get an assist. Nah, bro. Ozil's assist used to take out an entire team's midfield, take out an entire defense, and play you one-on-one with the keeper. That's why CR7 loved him so much. Because he would give you full chances, clear-cut chances. And CR7 was good enough to score half chances, quarter chances. So you used to put this man on a platter. Right. But imagine if Ozil had Odegaard's work rate, quote unquote. That's what's a knock on Ozil, that he was lazy. But when you have that ball playing ability, you know, when they make animations of your goal versus Ludogorets, the quality of that guy was just out of this world. And it's disrespectful. And these kids who never watched Ozil play shouldn't be talking anything about Odegaard and Ozil in the same sentence. Big up to Brian, relegation to world champs. Big up to BBK and the chat, FA Cup 3rd round. Let's go. Who Chelsea got? Don't even know. Shouldn't even matter. No Chelsea gonna get by them. No, I don't want Yak out. Let that Jesus narrative die first. Free Ethan. Free him up, man. Again, that will never happen under this manager, bro. It's obvious Arteta is blocking the Glock. Instructions have clearly been given to not been given to facilitate him. I hear it, man. I hear it. Rumor has it Yard is the reason Ethan not playing. What? Oh, Odegaard is the reason that Ethan isn't playing. Really? Big up, man. His goals in a Farmers League don't count in this league. Their new striker got 20 goals from 23 matches. Gyökeres is a brick. Listen, again, I will hear this from you. But the rest of them motherfuckers who wanted him and was still, Arteta is this, Arteta is that. No, motherfucker. You go give him 6 years too. Big up to my bro, the Waffle Don. You got my G. Yeah, he's been in the States this week. And we're still 6 points clear, you know. So the quad is still on. So we might see him again. I don't think. Listen, if a situation presents itself for Arteta to stick it to Bertha for signing Gyökeres and Eze if he didn't want them, and he finds himself in a position where he can give a giant middle finger to Bertha, to Gyökeres, to Eze, and win the league at the same time, I think he is stubborn enough to do it. Yeah, he's been around. He's been around. He came back around the other day, and we called him out. The chat called him out. We had to play the welcome back music for him and all that stuff there. We welcomed him back, you know. But we also let him know that you can't just come around when it's all good. We welcomed him back, but we held him accountable for the shit that he was saying. You know, and he came back the next day. He's just not here right now. They don't train to attack. Go watch Wenger ball. The way they brought the ball around to score was out. See, the thing is, when we would concede under Wenger, I was never worried. Not just the Invincibles team, like the later teams with Gibbs and them, man. Kieran Gibbs at left back, and sometimes you would see Gibbs. What's he doing there? Like Gibbs used to do Calafiori stuff before Calafiori. Be like, is Gibbs our striker today? What's he doing up there? But I never, ever used to get concerned whenever we would concede under Wenger. I just knew Mandem would get back into the game. Dodging the smoke. I got bones to pick with him. Now, he was here today. He was here two, 3 streams ago. He was here. I never heard such nonsense from that Harry guy, brother. He waffles, and he broke down the fixture list and saying that we're reading too much into the fixtures, blah blah blah. But then again, he was the same guy that was saying we're writing the fixtures from last year wrongs this year. Well, we won at St. James's Park. Well, we lost it last year. We won this year. And that was the instructions that they got at the time. Hey, run the narrative that the games that we dropped points in last year, Old Trafford away, St. James Park away, that we corrected in this year. But then the results started to go the other way, and all of a sudden that didn't run, right? Because we've gotten a point. Last year we took Liverpool. It was a wash, draw home and away. Right? How is it that you have gone to Anfield in years past with teams that was worse than this one and didn't lose, and this year you went there and lost? This is supposed to be your best version of yourself. Liverpool came to the Emirates in 2022-23, in 23-24, and you won both of those games with teams that is not as good as this one. But he will be back. That's probably why coaches play hard against us. They see Mikel and they don't rate him. He's a silver spoon kid. They struggle with it. But I'm telling you, if you're Marco Silva, you're all these other managers that get punched up on a weekly basis, and you're like, I wish I was given 6 years in Gabriel and Saliba and Timber. Wish I was given Declan Rice and Ezra. You know, most men don't even have a creative 10 that start for them that's good as Eze. Well, we have Eze who don't play for 4 games. You tell me Regis Debris couldn't use a Eze in his starting 11. You know? You tell me that Enzo Maresca couldn't use a Eze in his starting 11 because Cole Palmer is better out wide. You know what I'm saying? Unai Emery could use a Eze, but Arteta has him, and it's still not. It's mad. The striker for Macclesfield is a warehouse manager in Macclesfield. It's the warehouse league. Semi-pro. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad. You can't, I'm sorry, I can't. You can't be the current FA Cup holders and then lose to a team of semi-pros. Gahey started, played a full game. Yermi Pino played, scored. Brendan Johnson, Tottenham folk hero. They made an adjustment. I think Tyreek Mitchell came on at halftime. It is bad. Yeah. Glasner's going to have to answer some questions. This is bad. Oh, my days. I call it the curse of Boy 10. Whenever he appears with chess, the results go a bit like the curse of Nebs. Oh my days, yeah. There were men in here saying 4-5-0s. You know, Arteta's lawyer was in here as well. He said 5-0. I can say again, Saka has 77 goals in 209 games for Arsenal as a right winger. That's a terrible return. Where people are complaining about Gyökeres, who literally has no service. The like count. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. You know, first stream back after 3 weeks on the road. New York, Atlanta, North Carolina, Connecticut, Baltimore. It's been real. Not gonna lie. Not sure if Arteta should get more signings. No matter who he gets, his playing style will remain the same. In my opinion, Arteta just ain't that manager. You know, so you know how we talk about Martinelli has speaked, G Wills? Yeah. Some of Arteta's fans are gonna have to come to the shocking realization that he too, just like Martinelli has peaked, may have peaked. I think he's already peaked, you know, but I'll be glad to be wrong at the end of the season. Walcott, can't recall, but yeah, Walcott scored a lot of goals for us. Lots of goals for us. But that's the thing. We played a different style of football back then. Under Wenger, Saka would score 20 goals. Back when Theo Walcott was at Arsenal, there was no way he wouldn't even be a regular starter and be in double figures. Last year, our regular starters didn't have double figures. You know what I'm saying? The bench players were scoring 10 goals under Wenger. City will smoke United. Semenyo already looking like he's been at City all season. He hasn't played because he needed a training session. Damn training session. It's exit or League One side or League Two side. I didn't expect anything other than a punch up, to be fair. 7-0. Fulham beating Middlesbrough. Big up to LFC 1982. Big you up. Roger back for City. He's scored a 30-yard worldie today. See, this is what happens when you when you're confident and informed, you know. Do we even have anyone who's taken a shot from 30 yards? I don't know. Yeah, man. I'm good, LFC. Back in the home studio for the first time in 3 weeks, man. Glad to be home. Big you up. Darren says, Semenyo gonna bang and those City players around him. Yeah. You know. I'm wishing him a stinker on Sunday, though. And I'm wishing him a stinker his entire Man City career. These YouTubers think Mikel is an incredible coach. What he does is elite. That's their reference for football. So when they don't see Mikel-type players, it's haram football. They can't accept other players. That's brilliantly said, Joins. Nothing to add to that. That's brilliant. Good as it gets. They might, yeah. I want City to slap him 10, yeah. And then City will go into the Manchester derby very confident, and then incoming Sesko masterclass. And then the United fans will shamelessly troll us for Gyökeres while Sesko scores, and completely losing sight of the fact that they just did us a massive solid in taking points off Man City. Wahaha says, what a pass by Big Dick Nick. Did it lead to a goal? It's 8 now for City. Damn. Who bust net? Yeah, this is going 10. They are going 10. Yeah, go for it. They should be up 10. They're at 8 right now. Someone else just scored. That's why I like Spurs. That's why I say Spurs like vibes. Okay, I got you. Oh Lord, these men are fully talking about liquor, you know. I can't even. I might have a drink later on. Semenyo's already done as much as Savio. Then these narratives are going to run. Ramsdale saved by the flag. He wasn't saved by that other shot because they are down 2-1 and they are going out. So Newcastle, over the next 2 weeks, could be out the EFL Cup because they got City and they're watching City put 8 past, man. Yeah, so they could be out of this FA Cup and could be out of the EFL Cup as well. So much for winning a cup and kicking on, yeah? City transfer explains the philosophy. They went and got another attacker. We got linked to a defender. Yeah. I'll score teams, you know? I'll take a 5-4 win over a 0-0 draw any day. Jockstrap. What the fuck? Big up to Binks. Hope you are well, my lady. I deserve respect to you every single time. This is how far behind I am on the chat. You know, where it's saying 6-up and it's 8-0 on the scoreboard. I'm doing the views. I had pride myself on keeping up with the chat and not doing the uncle views, you know. But it looks like today the chat's getting the better of me. But big up to the chat, man. Legendary and goated. Grateful and gifted like Massacre. If Gyökeres fails under Arteta, I better imagine the next season then we can render judgment. Until then, it's imprudent. Cold case, new detective, new voice, new tactics, new directives, new everything. We've tried this, let's try a new manager if this shit don't work out. We have to. Do you know what the hammy? The Glock is not getting any ammo, so how can he fire? Phoenix, blap, blap. Yeah, nah. Big up to Dre. What you saying? I said champions in waiting, you know. Dre, you forgot who our manager is, my bro. Yeah, Fulham's ahead now. Let me check my scores real quick. Yep, Fulham is ahead right now. Semenyo goal and assist in his debut for City. Hit the ground running, they say. Another Mikel quality. It's good to see Silva doing that. I always thought Wilson was a talent. Damn, who came up with that Victor Gyökeres? You can't get any better than that. That was the doc. Dr. Seymour Butts with the word. Pep is getting his reps in. I told man Pep is going all out attack. This team can't defend. They will win a lot of pens. There's going to be the Fulham game. I use the Fulham game as a reference. That 5-4, you know, you concede 4 goals on the road, you usually lose, yeah? And there goes Walter Made. Took it off him. But yeah, City will score their way to a title. They'll take a bunch of 3-2s, 4-2s, 5-4s. Meanwhile, we're doing the 0-0 thing. You know, Wayne, big you up. Said Victor and Saka are our top goal scorers this season. So what is all this conversation? The conversation is Gyökeres is underperforming. He is. So what's the why? I mean, we can do the Liverpool thing, right? We can do the Liverpool thing and sit at the top of the table and put blinders on and say, hey, we're top. We don't want to hear what you got to say. We're top, we're top, we're top. We see how that worked out for Liverpool. We're saying, yo, you're at top of the league, but it's not sustainable what you're doing. And in 2 match weeks, the entire football world was vindicated for having such takes. So Saka's output is not great. He's not pulling up trees this season. And neither is Gyökeres. So we can't just use, oh, we're top and we're winning games to cover up the fact that the team, especially in the attacking front, is not doing well. We aren't winning the league because of this manager and his crap tactics. We see it. Arsenal fans only like busy players that look nice on the ball. If you don't look busy, equals not good enough. And that's why they love Odegaard, isn't it? Like Brave had to kudos to him. And okay, it was brilliant. Oh, big up, man. It was great. I like it. It's gonna run. It's gonna catch legs around these parts. Who are legacy managers that team needs right now? Legacy. I think most of the legacy managers are retiring, isn't it? I don't think Carlo is going back into club football after he's done with Brazil. We've heard Pep might be going to manage the international level. You know, even Jurgen Klopp, his name has been thrown in sentences to manage the German team. The LFC 82, the fact that Vincent Company came off the back of a relegation and was given the biggest job in Germany says to me that teams across football, the footballing landscape, are not going for the legacy managers anymore. They're more going to these young and upcoming prodigies, to the likes of where man like Inzaghi has a bad day at the office in the Champions League final, gets sacked, and he's in Saudi. Like, why didn't Premier League teams go in for Inzaghi? Apart from the money that Saudi could offer. But I'm pretty sure he'd be rather coaching in Europe than coaching in Saudi. You know? Yeah, Rene's been extended. That's good news. Ole was not a bad player. Poorly coached. Mr. Miyagi told us no students. Told you no students, just bad teachers. Hoyland is Shiite. Yep, Newcastle. It'd be good for a couple of my group chats. Should Newcastle go out. Says she wants Victor Gyökeres traded for Sesko this month. I mean, she will say anything for clicks. I think we've established that at this point. You know, AJ, she will say anything for clicks. Oh, Harvey Barnes offsides. I didn't see it. I just heard the voice and I looked up. But I'm going to watch all these highlights later. Jordy Dread's going mad, and I know he will. I'm going to go troll him when I leave here. Does he throw the Portsmouth game in the bin? He can't. He can't. He has to use what Portsmouth just did, what City just did to a non-Premier League team, and he goes strong and punch him up tomorrow. Oh, shit. I don't even believe that. That's why I sneezed. Says he's worried he will. Could be another Plymouth. There was heavy rotation in that game from Liverpool still. Heavy rotation. Even with heavy rotation, that's Eze and Ethan starts tomorrow, I think. Odegaard with 2-yard pass to Rice to shake his body, ready to shoot. I think the FA Cup is always a compliment to the league title, but not the Carabao. Fair shot. Hoyland wasn't a bad play. Okay, read that one already. Just if she's on Arsenal, just another fluffy top gooner. A fluffy top gooner. If she was based in the UK, she'd already have a job at AFTV, says Suge. I'll tell you what, she is in the running for AFTV America. Right? Her and Robbie are working the deal right now. But like, yeah, you got AFTV over there. I'm saying all the Top Gooner stuff. Why don't you, sponsor me so I could do AFTV America and grow the fan base? Yep, we remember that. Didn't have to bring up Plymouth. And then Mahaha is not hearing nothing about Hoyland. He is saying he is shit. Palvidas at Benfica. Stop, score. So the thing with the Gyökeres thing in the La Liga is Gyökeres was so far ahead of everyone. We were saying, if it was that easy to score in that league, why wasn't everyone doing it? But how shit were Everton fans today? Yeah, that Barry one was the worst of the bunch. And big up to that goalkeeper. I thought he was gonna go back to his right for that third pen, but he went to his left and saved. Yeah, so When have we seen this? Have we ever seen this before? Where a penalty shootout is over in 3 kicks? Yeah, bro. Every time they're out, they went out on pens. First 3 kicks. It was mad. If you don't, it don't matter who's up front. We don't play attacking football. Our attacking style of play is poor. Brentford have a better attack, better attacking patterns than we do. I hear it. That's the pen. Penalty. Newcastle giving a penalty. Somebody getting a red card. Denali's down. Oh shit. 10 more subs to the big 2K. Yes, people. Yes. If there's anyone watching, anyone who cares about football content, I try my best. I'm not the best in the world, you know. I try to do my thing. My background is not fancy. I don't have a fancy studio. My thumbnails are shit. But the conversation is great. We do have great conversations here. So big up to everyone. Yeah, toffees are out, man. So that Wolfie be crying. Oh, Wolf, yeah, Forest are out too, isn't it? Yeah, Forest are out. So I'm praying to the football guys. We get by Portsmouth tomorrow, and we get a favorable draw. Everything through the cup of the Bing sounds like slot last year. There's one decent Polynesian on that side of the Arsenal fan base. It's Clive. For the rest of them, don't play football. Where we at? Just gotta get caught up here, people. I'm not trying to do Uncle Views. Just skip the ads. Slot needs to take this cup seriously. He should. Big up to Mel. Hope you're great, Mel. Sorry it took so long for me to get to your comment. Despite Gyökeres in bad form, he's actually scored more goals than Sesko. It's actually a bad trade that will work in the favor of United if it happened. It's crazy. There's one good. Okay, read that one. 8-0 City, and it's up to 9 right now. Positive Dan says Luis Enrique wouldn't do better than Arteta, and this is just another get me on AFTV take. That's what that is, right? Let me say all these things to get me next to that Korean brother. Yeah, bro. Big Dick Nick. He's gonna take the pen. Oh no, it's got Gordon taking the pen. Please tell me he made it, or did he miss it? Is the Jordy Dredd shitting his fans? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking up at the screen. Give me 1 second. Oh Lord, don't tell me he missed this shit. Come on, Gordon. Yeah, my stream is a little behind. And it's 2-2. Looks like they go in the pens. Extra time, then pens. Nigeria, Boston. Oh, AFCON is on right now as well. Oh, Jesus. Lots of football. Hey. Senegal, Egypt. Oh, are they on the same side of the bracket? Positive Dad must be watching some MCU Luis Enrique where he was at the same level as Arteta, because in the universe, his head and shoulders above Arteta. But the thing is, but the manager said, Enrique said, we were the better team. So it must be true. Someone needs their ass whooped for letting them score. 10-1. Mercy God. I knew they'd get 10, but they should have never let him score. Rico Lewis double. Unfortunate looking scoreline for Newcastle. Red Skull said, bro, my problem is Arsenal need a better attack to compete against City in the Prem, PSG, Real Madrid, Barca in the Champions League. 100%. Even though they do look better in the Champions League. Because, you know, there's just always more space in the Champions League for men and them to attack. Our attack is sport. Even Newcastle have a better attack than ours. Make it make sense. Claire Balding and Claire Balding herself. Yeah, listen. Newcastle are the home side. Bournemouth made a very good showing of themselves today. But the thing is, Man City did the thing today, right? Man City started strong. Fulham are going through. Ipswich doing their thing. There's more FA Cup games. There's Tottenham coming up in an hour or so. Oh Lord, it's man. Too much football. You men already know I don't do the watch along things. But people, oh shit. Woo! This is on the way back from the East Coast, picked up a little bug, a little bit of cold, a little bit of sniffling here and there. I'm gonna take some meds and get my day started. Back on West Coast time, so it's about to be 9 a.m. here. I think Brother Views is doing a watch along, so I'll probably tune in over there when the Tottenham one starts. If you're Exeter, Pep knew what he was doing today. Go strong, play some no training side. This is a League One side, League Two side, Championship side, whatever. I don't know where Exeter are. Put their foot on their necks. My protege, who is at top of the league right now, his move tomorrow, trying to play his striker into form. Gyökeres should start tomorrow, but I don't think he would. I think he will start Gabriel Jesus to try to get Gabriel Jesus into match fitness where he can possibly play him 90 minutes. Don't think people understand how poor attack is. Go and watch Vengabar video. We're bad right now. There's no ifs, muts, or maybes around it. These are the Arsenal fans that won't say we beat Portsmouth 7-0. If not, this manager, it's not what this manager doing to help us. And it should be that scoreline. You know, a Wenger team who didn't rotate heavily for kids would be a Portsmouth 7-0. Yep. Bless up, man. Take care. Get well soon. Flu bug going around. I'm trying to beat this one. So I'm going to take some meds and get some breakfast and hydrate and all that. Kwaja says, extra time now. I'm going to put that on the big screen in the living room and watch it. But big up, people. Love. Hit a like on the video if you haven't already, just as a reminder. And I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.